Can we come up with a better name than Twisties? Because people keep saying like,
cute.
oh, no, to me, I'm like, this is like what you're talking, like a game for toddlers. This is a serious thing that's happening to the best athletes in the world. And we're supposed to be like, oh, they got the Twisties. And I'm like, no. At the very least, call it by its proper name, which should be Twister.
Yeah. Thank you. Or Twisters.
Yeah, Twisters.
The sequel.
Or, you can say that, wow, he just got Helen hunted. Oh no. Greg? I thought this was a duet. Oh, so you're just going to sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me? Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing storied career and do what we do best, which is make it all about us.
And Greg has said that he is going to hit me with something right as we start, and I'm anxious and nervous.
I am so sorry, but this is serious.
Okay.
This country is under attack.
Okay.
By looksmaxers.
Okay, what is this?
Have you heard about this?
No, and I don't have time for it.
The looksmaxing.
Okay.
The mogging. You've never heard of this?
I've heard of mugging.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bit of that going on here too.
Okay.
So basically, have you heard of this person called clavicular?
I can't say that I have.
Yeah. Okay. So I know the name sounds like a degenerative eye disease.
Well, it sounds like a part of the body.
Yeah, well, it is.
Like
I think it's like based on the clavicle.
Yeah, okay.
So he is
which is the sexiest part of your body.
I would say, like just like hollow clavicle.
Yeah.
The more hollow,
and that's where we excel. Yeah,
that's where we're looksmaxing.
Yeah,
we're clavicle maxing.
Guys, if you're not watching us on YouTube, you're missing our clavicles.
You're only getting half the story, and you are getting
the clavicle.
You've never seen clavicle hollowed out like ours is. But yeah, so there is a person called clavicular.
Okay.
He is, and I've been wanting to talk to you about conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
He is named after the disease you got in that hot tub.
Oh my God, it's like triggering to hear it.
Of course. Yeah. That it still hasn't quite gone away.
Never.
You never get rid of it.
You can't, and you can never get rid of, what is it, conjunctular?
Clavicular.
Oh, clavicular. Okay.
Yeah, no, we seem to not be able to get rid of him. So he is, so there's like a rising thing amongst the young men. You know how everyone's taking peptides and everything and look maxing. So this guy...
I almost sent you something like this. I'm so excited. Okay, keep going.
You probably have crossed paths with Clav.
Okay, because I was just seeing abbreviations like GHT and the PEPs, and I was like, what is this language?
Everyone's on peptides.
Okay.
I saw an interview with him prior to the new year. It was one of the last things I saw in 2025, which if this wasn't a horrible omen, I don't know what is. And he was talking about all the things that he's like injecting in his body and taking in order to like looksmax, which is like to obviously do everything that you can to like look as good as you can. Yeah. Meanwhile, he literally looks like just like the most regular teen in like back when we were.
So this is like Brian Johnson stuff?
Yes. But for like men in their early 20s.
Okay, yeah.
And he was talking about all the things that he takes, all the peptides. And then he also says he takes meth in low doses for energy and to stay skinny.
Oh my God.
These kids are taking meth. You are looksmaxing now, but you're about to be teeth minimizing in no time.
Wow.
Shocking stuff.
That is shocking.
I
and
know.
Also checks out because some of these 20-year-olds, we've talked about it, all light and love, but look older. We're like, why do you look older than us?
It is so crazy. They are like injectable maxing and like looking old for your age mogging.
Yeah. Wait,
like
and what is mogging?
So mogging is like when you're in like, you're around someone else where you're like doing better than them. Like you're like, he's like, he's like mogging. Say he like clavicular is in a frame with some student from like Arizona State University, which is like his sort of cohort.
Okay.
And they are like next to each other, and he like looks better than him, so he's like mogging him.
Okay. So it's like out mugging.
Yeah, it is. It's mugging. But it's for the brain rot generation.
Okay.
Oh, wow, I'm so glad to be.
I feel so much dumber.
Oh God, yeah. No, when they've been looksmaxing, we've been booksmaxing.
Yeah, yes.
And we've been doing it all. Clavicular is Matilda's mom because he looks older than us and in his early 20s, and we're Matilda, and he's like, you chose booksmaxing and I chose looksmaxing.
Wow. This is, and I mean this with love, I wish I could forget everything that you just told me.
Oh, God. Yeah. The meth part in particular.
Yeah.
What are we maxing?
Clavicles.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're clavicle
We're
maxing.
sort of like every outfit we choose, we're like, does this emphasize my clavicle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Greg off pod that I was like, so kind of off of this, like I'm like for work, I'm meeting up with a straight man.
Oh, well, that's
and I was saying how pleasantly, okay, when you have to email or text with a straight man, your expectations as a gay man is bare minimum.
Oh.
I'm not anticipating any punctuation.
Not at all. No capitalization.
I'm not anticipating timely responses.
Oh, God, no.
I'm not anticipating anything. And this...
But you are anticipating red receipts. Immediate red receipts and not so much as a single ... bubble.
And then sort of like if you are planning location, you're just sort of thinking like, well, I'll obviously have to like plan where we're meeting up. Like I'm doing all the work.
Right.
And can I tell you, I don't know what is happening in 2026, but this straight man that I'm interacting with is using exclams. And when a straight man uses an exclamation point, that's the way to a gay man's heart in communication.
Totally.
It communicates safety.
Yes.
It communicates enthusiasm.
It communicates, I'm one of the girls.
Yes.
I'm one of you.
It's ally behavior.
Oh, no. Exclamation points from straight men is ally behavior. That is so. Put that on the fucking rock and hang it on the mountain.
Truly, like if someone wants to know how to be a better ally, use exclams when you're interacting.
Please,
please.
A little bit of enthusiasm goes a very long way.
Truly. But anyways, I have another thing that I wanted to bring to the pod as well.
Oh, please.
Which is, I have found the new dating website. And you're not ready for the answer.
I don't think I'm going to like this.
It is Facebook Marketplace. This is sort of the new thing that people are doing is literally they'll put a mirror for sale.
Yeah.
And then they will sort of take the thirstiest photo of themselves in the mirror, being like, I'm selling this mirror, so let me just be in my underwear.
Yeah, full hog and
full hog out.
Yeah, two different photos. One from the front facing, one back facing.
And it's the smudgiest, dirtiest mirror, except for where the hog is in the mirror.
Yeah,
so
covered
clear.
In cum.
Yeah. And then it's like selling this for $20 or something, and you're like, do I want the mirror?
Yeah, it's like you should aim a little higher
with
than
him
that.
to let me see. But it's sort of like everything that you want on Facebook Marketplace these days is just the hottest person. There was one, I was literally talking with Claude, sister of the pod, the other day. He was on Facebook Marketplace looking at something and we're like, he's selling a shirt. And I was like, this man is not selling a shirt. This man is looking for some dates. It's the hottest person you've ever seen in your life. Then we looked at it. The guy was a contestant on Love Island.
Oh my God. He's not selling a shirt. He's selling the boyfriend experience.
It's truly.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this where I'm not looking? This is where I need to be looking for a man.
Well, as I've always said, Facebook Marketplace is the new Craigslist and all that comes with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have very, very rarely dabbled, but the conversations that I have had have shaken me to my core.
Yeah.
It is a side of humanity.
It's dark.
It's like insects or something. Like it's like a world of like bugs on.
To me it's insidious is what it is.
It's insidious too. It's the black phone too.
What
and I have not seen one.
I was gonna say I haven't seen Black Phone 1, Black Phone 2, Insidious 1, Insidious 2. But
don't know what it's about, but I do know Ethan Hawke is randomly in all of them.
And somehow it's about Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
The plot is like you start to like sell something or buy something on Facebook Marketplace, and then you're sucked into the darkest place, the pits of hell.
Yeah, I think that is the next great frontier for like the next horror franchise.
Yeah.
Because, the horrors, they persist.
Well, I think with that, it's time to go to our
Dodd Mom Sauce, aka Doll of the Day, Mother of the Moment, Sister of the Second. Our first
and most famous
segment where we take a person, place, or thing that we are currently super obsessed with.
Yes.
And I am happy to go first.
Please, I have a feeling ours are going to be it's going to be the same.
Oh, you are going to have to think again.
Okay.
Because my Dodd Mom Sauce is the movie The Housemaid.
Whoa.
And when I say the movie The Housemaid, I mean the first half of the movie The Housemaid. Because I have only seen half and I have not finished it. And I don't know if I will.
I have a feeling you don't need to.
I have a feeling I don't need to either. Have you seen it?
Nope. Mm-mm.
It's a fun time.
I have heard, from what I have heard, it's like batshit crazy, but in a good way.
It is really campy. I actually think it's one of the only campy movies that's been made in the last like 5-10 years. Like it is legitimately insane.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried is brilliant. She starts at an 11 and sort of stays at an 11 the whole time. I don't know if I need to see the second half of it. It is already like it starts in a place of like the twists already seem to be like twisted.
Yeah.
Like she's like Amanda's the crazy one. Like we're already dealing with like the hot husband and Sydney Sweeney. Like they're gonna hook up. It's like they're not even they don't even push it off. Yeah. But it's really very enjoyable. Again, I feel like I actually don't even know what the ending could possibly be because I feel like the ending is already in the front. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes long.
That's way too long.
Way too long.
Why? Okay, this, not to go on a tangent, just a quick thing. Why does every movie needs to do a pass of let's just automatically take 20 minutes out?
I completely agree. Every movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes or longer. Yeah.
And when you are directors, when you are going, your final pass should just be like, let me take out 20 more minutes of this movie.
You need to cut it. That being said, I mean, of course, that is like shorter than any episode of television.
Oh, absolutely. And then every TV director add 20 minutes.
No. This is an epidemic.
It really is.
Looks-maxing, mogging.
Yeah.
And
film
movies
maxing,
being over 2 hours long. Like, we really, really, really need to cut this shit down.
Especially like that type of movie. It's like, come on. You're just like a campy, like,
At least they keep it interesting, though. Yeah. But so anyway, I couldn't recommend The Housemaid more. Have not closed the loop.
Yeah.
Don't think I need to.
I would imagine, this is my guess for how it ends, and Jennifer says, let me know.
Yeah.
I am going to imagine they're running through the house and like someone's about to be murdered.
Sure.
And then she pushes Amanda off the top of the...
Down the stairs. Off the side of the
staircase.
Yeah.
Like, sort of
there
like...
are 800 floors in the house.
I haven't seen the movie, but that's what I imagine.
Yeah,
and then she falls like hits the like chandelier and gets like impaled.
Oh, okay.
And then she has like sex like next with the hot husband while she's dead on the ground.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. I actually I am convinced that we're heading towards a kiss between the two women.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's actually, they kiss and then she pushes her off.
Yes, but it's subversive in that way. No, I really, really highly recommend it. Again, don't know if I'll finish it, but the craziest thing about it, like not including like Amanda's performance, the craziest thing about it is that that guy Brendan Skiball,
I have no idea.
He was in Drop. And he's in like Yellowstone, and everyone tries to tell me he's like the hottest man. And
I think he was also in like The Last of Us, or what? Not The Last of Us, The First of Us. What is
he's in the
one with Blake Lively.
He's in a of Us.
The trial movie. The trial movie.
Yeah. Have not seen that.
What is that movie called?
Watched the entire. I actually have seen that movie. I watched it. Someone in front of me on a plane was watching it, and I watched their screen instead of my own for the entire time. It was so much Blake Lively, like being on her hands and knees on the floor, like being picked up. in the most craziest outfits. But the craziest thing about the housemaiden,
whatever,
the housemaid is not Amanda's performance and not Sydney's performance, is Brendan Sklenar, and the fact that they like randomly will be watching old Family Feud a lot, not like current day, not Steve Harvey. We were watching like the old Family Feud, and he comes in, he's like, he's a legend. That guy, he's a fashion icon. And he is wearing, like, in every single scene, he's wearing, like, JCPenney for Hanes, like, for Kohl's, like, in every scene. Like, but he's, like, really rich.
Yeah.
But he is wearing the worst clothes ever, and he's like, that guy's a fashion icon. And that, of all the crazy things that have been happening in that movie, so thus far, that's the craziest.
I love a movie where they're giving zero character development to the men.
Oh, God.
That's what we need more of in 2026. It's like give all of it to the women, and then the men are just sort of like, I like Hanes.
Yeah. I mean, and it does seem so obvious that like the man's the problem. And like, I mean, having not seen any, it's just like, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, again, I won't get there. Maybe you will. It is a fun episodic movie. I've been really enjoying myself in the cinemas. And by the cinemas, I mean, I've been watching it in 15-minute increments in bed.
Well, your Dad Mom Sauce makes me think of my Dad Mom Sauce classically, because it's another Euphoria person, but not just him, the whole movie. My Dad Mom Sauce is Wuthering Heights.
I knew it.
I don't understand how people didn't like this movie, because I'm like, this movie, I understand that it's like Emerald Fennell is like, just, you either going to love her movies or you're going to hate her movies. Yeah. But I'm like, as a millennial, if you are a millennial, this movie made me feel like I was a teeny bopper in the 1990s, seeing Titanic, seeing Romeo plus Juliet. That's how I like to call it. Okay. You know, Pearl Harbor. Yeah. It's sort of like big movie poster on your bedroom.
Pearl Harbor, famously great movie.
Yeah. I love, okay, when you're that age, you're just, what you want out of, this is a capital M movie. It is sweaty, steamy, lusty, yearny, beautiful people just looking
beautiful gowns.
Literally.
Yeah.
Beautiful gowns, beautiful imagery, amazing soundtrack. Charlie XCX's soundtrack. I've been listening to it on repeat. It is stunning. It is, everything about it is just like, literally, you feel like you are in comforting hands, eating a big bowl of popcorn, enjoying what happens. It is, to me, like such kind of like escapism. And it's like designed to like try to make you cry, but in a way that I'm like, yes, please do this.
It was definitely a feast for the senses. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. And I feel like it's been sticking with me. In good ways and bad ways. I felt like I got there was so much discourse around it this past weekend. I saw it on Valentine's Day, completely full audience, like quite reactive. Again, I will say your famous note that a movie should be 20 minutes shorter. I think that movie worked, like, the parts that I really loved, I was so, I can really love a vibe. A vibe can overtake if I feel like we're in good hands. Vibe can overtake content. I think that it was so magnificent to look at. Yeah. It looked like what are those?
It's like a painting come to life.
No, it looked like those like romance book covers that like you used to see in like the grocery store when you were younger. So like, just majestic. It looked like a painting. I heard that the cinematographer is actually doing the next Dune movie.
He's done like any of your favorite visually stunning movies of the last like 10 years. He's done them. Yeah. I watched this thing earlier today, and I was like, it just makes you fall in love with all of them. Like, what I love about it is like they're so game. Everyone involved is so like knows what it is. It's just like this big sweeping romance, and we need more big sweeping romances where they are just trying to hit a grand slam. Yes, and I'm like, yes, fucking go for it. We were talking about Margot Robbie last week, and this made me fall more in love with her if it was even possible. Because it was like she was telling this thing of like the montage sequence, both montage sequences.
The montage sequence was when I felt like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful. I was actually, that's when I cried when they were doing the montage. It was so
because
gorgeous.
It literally, both montage sequences were not like, they would just catch those at the end of every shooting day. They would literally like have like do a real scene, and then they would have like 20 minutes, and then they would just like rush into a different outfit and just throughout the shooting try to do like 20 minutes and steal things. And same with the falling in love, or like the first time that they're having sex, spoiler alerts, but like all those montage of them having sex and hooking up throughout the moors and whatever,
right,
is all like just like spontaneous stuff where they would be like shooting something, and then they would see that the light looked great, and then they would like Emerald Fennell or Margot or Jacob or the DP would be like, wait, the light looks good, can we do it? And like, we don't have enough time. And then they'd be like, run.
Yeah.
And they would literally run. And I remember the shot, it sticks with me. And then Margot said this, and I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this movie, which is at one point that was like sunset was happening, and she saw she looked to Linus, and she was like, would this be good for her? Like, because they knew that she's a producer, a mega producer that she is.
Right.
They knew that they also needed to get like falling in love shots of them like hooking up in beautiful imagery, and while she's acting is also doing producing stuff. And so she looked at him and she was like, wait, is this a good thing? And she was like, I don't think so. And he was like, I think we have just enough light. And then she just started running, and Jacob was on the other side of the moor, and she said, I'm gonna start running to you, and I'm gonna jump in your arms, and I'm gonna kiss you. And then she had talked to Emerald about it, but he was so far away that he couldn't hear it, and she kept screaming it, and he was like, what? And then they didn't have enough time, so then she just started running, and she just ran and did it, and he just like was game for like, okay, something must be happening. And then Linus followed after her and did like a 360, and all the crew wasn't prepared for it because it was so impromptu that they just fell to the ground. And it's like in the shot of like this, literally no planning whatsoever, just the two of them last minute being like, we can get this shot.
Oh wow,
I know. And I'm like,
so amazing, race coded.
Truly. But I was like, talk about like A-level people, just like so in love with movie making. And I feel like that's what I felt when I was watching it, where I was just like, this is so, for me, like they're giving gift to the elder millennials who like haven't had those movies before, where it's like, I want to go back. Or haven't
had one in like a
really long time. You're like, I just want to go back. Like it feels like truly like a Galentine's Day treat, where you just want to go again and again. It's so Tumblr coded.
I actually, I have mixed feelings about the movie. Actually,
okay, wow.
I really enjoyed the experience. I went in actually expecting more like craziness, like insanity from Emerald, and I find, in hindsight, at first I was expecting like something outrageous. And I mean, you kind of get it with like the sister character, which was, I don't know if I bought that hook, line, and sinker.
I think she's the breakout. She was
her performance was excellent. Yes. Where the character ended up, I wasn't so sure about. And I think like Emerald has like trained her audience to sort of expect that, and I think like a lot of the like marketing or whatever is like, it's crazy, it's like so sexy, and it's wild, and it's like you've never, and it wasn't. It was beautifully, and it was like sexy, but I actually appreciated in hindsight the restraint, because now I think she has a movie that's gonna live. I think the movie has a chance at being like something that has legs and a classic that's not going to have been too provocative for the audience.
To me, like to your point of like, Emerald Fennell already, and she's aware of it. She is self-aware of the fact that she now has this like provocative thing. And then for the marketing, which again, I think is why she's a genius, is like, she is leaning into that, making us all think this one thing. And then you're going to go in. And then guess what? What is the shock? What is the twist? That she doesn't do it.
Yes.
That to me is like, so you can say that you're disappointed, but I'm also like, no. And also, by the way, if you're true to that novel, to that type of like romance literature from the 1800s, it's all about restraint. And so she's being true to form, but like the twist is that like you think she's gonna go there and then she's gonna pull you back. It's like the ultimate tease,
right?
And I'm sort of like, that's exactly what she should have done. Like, I think if she did take it somewhere else, you would just be like, okay, she's doing the same thing again. It's the third movie in a row where there is that twist in the third act. It's the whole Tina Fey thing that she says about Eamon Fennell. And I'm like, this time she doesn't do that. It's like, to me, it really does just feel like she's doing like the classic kind of blockbuster movie.
And I think it was the right move.
Yeah.
No, again, I really, I found that movie, it's sitting with me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like my favorite movie I've ever seen. Again, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away by the production design. The performances were very good. The costume.
Yeah.
The scene where she goes out to like outside and he can't see her.
Yeah.
It's at night and she's wearing that black, like almost like leathery, like just sort of shiny. I was like, oh, like some of it was so spectacular. And go see Wuthering Heights. And we are not being paid by the studio, but we really should be.
And with that,
time for a break.
Yes.
We're back, and it's time for our Miss Thing of the Week. This one's huge for me.
Greg has been waiting, honestly, since the beginning of the pod to do her, and it's finally come, and let's jump right into it.
Our Miss Thing this week is Neve Campbell. My Scream Queen.
I mean, she is, and I have a lot of Scream Queens out there, but I would say that she is the Scream Queen.
The Scream Queen. Yeah. I mean, there are several, incredible Scream Queens, but when it comes down to it, there is just no final girl stronger than Sidney Prescott to me.
Yeah. And we were talking about crying earlier. She has an iconic cry.
Well, she not only does she's first of all the most beautiful crier on screen.
And also like trembler.
That's it. Yeah. She has the most iconic inhale, dramatic inhale. So she acts through her inhales, which is so incredible because most actors they act on the exhale. Yeah. They speak through an exhale, but not Neve Campbell.
She goes, I'm going to inhale. When you exhale, I'll inhale.
I'm going to phonate while breathing in. Yeah. And that's what sets her apart from the other final girls.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh my gosh.
She is so inhale.
She is so, she does her best work on the end.
And when you see her on screen, what do? You inhale.
Well, yeah. She's drawing you in.
She takes your breath away.
Because she needs it for herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's like a plant. She like takes your carbon dioxide and uses it as oxygen.
I mean, there is a reason why there was a mutiny when she wasn't in the last Scream.
Yeah.
Because there's no Scream without Neve.
There is no Scream without Neve. Thankfully, she is back for Scream 7, which is about to come out. A movie that I bought my tickets for the day they came out.
Yeah.
Because I am so excited. I'm seeing it in IMAX. I have great seats. I asked if you wanted to come. You said I'm good.
Listen, I will be honest. I like the first couple Screams.
Yeah.
And I know that the other ones are supposedly good. I personally am tapped out.
I get it.
On it, but I do know that like they are great. It's not because I don't enjoy her.
You have to keep up.
Yes.
You have to keep up. And the thing about Scream, the thing that makes Scream so great to me is like the longevity of the series and like the way that they stay focused on what it's about. Like it is about Sydney and then like the core three, which they did sort of like pull back on when they released Scream 5 and actually killed one of them off. Yeah. Spoiler alert. But if you're not caught up on it, it's David Arquette. But honestly, you cannot kill Sydney. You cannot kill Gail. You just can't do it.
What's crazy is that they've managed to keep two women. Because it's usually the final girl. It's not final girls.
They're iconic. And I mean, the two of them, the thing, there's no more interesting, like, relationship dynamic than that of Gail Weathers and Sidney Prescott. The push-pull, how much they, like, hate each other but rely on each other for survival.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're returning to form. Kevin Williamson is directing this one.
But
I'm
okay,
surprised-
we're gonna get into Scream, but before we do that, Neve.
let's do the credit. I mean, not only Scream, best horror franchise of all time.
And I will say, as one of Greg's best friends, like when you see Greg talk about Scream,
oh my God,
talk about Scream, because it's scary. The intensity behind his eyes. This, I believe, is like when you talk about Scream, I don't see you as lit up as you are about literally anything else other than maybe Lana Del Rey.
Totally.
Like, it is so, which by the way, I do want your thoughts on that song, but that's a tangent.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, I am very excited to get your thoughts, because I don't think we've been doing has there a Scream come out since we've started the pod? No. So yeah. So buckle up, Jennifer shows, because this is when the intensity gets dialed up to an 11. Amanda Seyfried 11.
I'm going in scene 1.
Yeah.
No, to me, I mean, it's funny. It's incredible storytelling. It's subversive.
You should write Scream 8.
God, I would love to. Yeah. And boy, do I have an idea for it coming up. But it would probably be the final one.
But Neve.
I mean, Party of 5.
Yeah. Wild Things.
Yeah. The Craft.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much. Skyscraper with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I mean, one of the greatest films.
The Lincoln Lawyer, which is one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Yeah. I know. She is sort of that person. She is a workhorse in the sense of, like, you don't she has her flashy moments with Scream.
Yeah.
And then you kind of forget that she's actually been consistently working for so long. The credits, you would not believe how many things she's been in.
She is putting in that work to get that American visa, because she is Canada's greatest export. She's Canadian. She kind of dips into a boot here and there.
That makes total sense, because she also just like drips nice.
Yeah.
And so if she is not coming back, she's getting screwed over.
Drips nice.
Yeah.
Title of episode. Neve drips nice.
Yeah.
She really does.
And also, let's just talk about it. And I'm going to say this here. This is a bold statement that I'm about to make. I think that she might have the best Hollywood name out there. I mean, Neve. There's nothing more iconic. And then on top of that, to have your last name be the subject of Andy Warhol's famous pop art
soup image.
Exactly. I'm sort of like, this is the perfect name. Yeah.
Wholesome but artistic. Yeah, she's got like a sexy Hollywood name.
Yeah. It sounds like it should be in Scream, as it sounds like when you are a screenwriter, you're like, what should the name of this main character be?
Yeah.
Neve Campbell.
The name slices through the screen. It looks like the poster should.
It literally makes you do a deep inhale.
Do you have a question?
I do have a question for you. I actually have a couple questions for you. But my first question, can you rank quickly the Scream movies?
Wow. Okay. Yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm going to go worst to best.
Okay.
Or should I do best to worst?
I think whatever is easier for you to do.
No, I'm going to do best to worst.
Okay.
Obviously, and number 1, Scream 1.
Okay.
To this day, I still, if I'm watching Scream, I'm starting there.
Yeah.
Like it is, nothing holds a candle to it. In second place, Scream 3. Probably a controversial choice. It's really wacky.
Okay.
It's the Hollywood one. Parker Posey, just a really insane cast. Courtney Cox's bangs. There's a lot of like really, really iconic things about 3.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it really leans into the weird. And in hindsight, I actually think it's looked kindly upon. Where in the moment, it was not. In third place, I would say Scream 4.
I remember you loving Scream 4.
Scream 4 was quite fun. It sort of exists in the middle, like after the original trilogy. They were trying to kind of reboot it prior to this
That is with the famous Hayden Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere. Oh, yes, she was in that one. Yes. And Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
And one of the Culkins. Yeah, no, that one is quite good.
Yeah.
It's Wes Craven's last one.
Okay.
In fourth place, this is controversial, Scream 2.
Okay.
Because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Amazing, like, a final, you know, like the killers and everything. I just think and Neve playing Medea in college, like this is the college one. It's where it starts, the series starts to get funny, like really like funnier. But I think I would put it in fourth.
Okay.
In fifth place, I'd put Scream 6, the one that Neve was not in, but the one in New York.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
It was actually quite fun. I liked it way better than my final choice, which was Scream 5.
Worst one.
Okay. Which was the reboot that like restarted it. It just, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy them, but for whatever reason, it didn't, I wasn't so in love with like the new cast, the new style. I think it coalesced better in New York. I thought going to New York was like a fun departure, but I am excited to go back to like Neve and like Sydney and Scream 7.
This is a dumb question for someone who can't remember anything about the Scream movies. Does a girl die at the beginning of all of them?
There's always a death at the beginning. And famously, the thing about Scream 1 was that Drew Barrymore was supposed to play Sydney originally, which would have been, I mean, imagine like how different everything would have been. But that's what was so exciting about Scream. That's why I think it sort of changed and revived horror, because the most famous person in the movie died at the beginning, which was such a new concept, a new idea. And of course, I mean, since then, how many Drew Barrymores in Scream are there for Halloween every single year?
I mean, I famously did it 2 years ago.
Famously.
And there was another Drew Barrymore at that party.
Yes.
Which leads me to my next question.
Sure.
Who surprised you the most as the killer?
Who surprised me the most?
And you can't say the first. Like
no, it would never. It would never. I would never go with the first. I think I'm gonna have to. It's funny. I ranked it so much lower on the list. I would say Scream 2, and obviously, if you haven't seen it, stop listening. But like, it's Laurie Metcalf, the mother of one of the guys in the first one. She's playing the reporter. But it's also Laurie Metcalf and Timothy Olyphant. But like the Laurie Metcalf of it all was really surprising.
We have to do Laurie at some point.
Oh my God. Of course we have to do.
Iconic. She's also one of the most iconic like killers. I always think about her when she in Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, such a great turn. That was, I think that was like the start of like a revival of some sort in Laurie Metcalf's career, but iconic. And Timothy Olyphant and like that whole cast, Portia de Rossi, like all the people in that movie.
It's so good.
So good.
I think it's time to make it all about ourselves.
Definitely.
I can go first.
You should. I've been talking a lot.
So I'm going to go, straight down the line. And when I think of Neve Campbell, I think of Scream. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And that makes me think of, I don't know if anyone knows this. I went to Africa recently.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm Edvard Munch, the Scream.
Yeah, exactly.
Shock.
And it reminds me of this time where...
Putting my Tehava down for this.
Of course, perfect. There's always a moment.
Yeah.
I'm honored that it's for my story.
Well, I just need to...
You have to prepare
all my
yourself.
Strength.
Yeah. So I was in Botswana with my sister.
Of course, we've all been there.
And we were at in the Okavango Delta, which is like this. You have to like take like a really long makoro, which is a canoe, basically, into this one part of this area, which is very obviously like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Sure, and say the place one more time.
Okavango Delta.
That is so Sarah Michelle Gellar in Scream 2 when she keeps answering the phone, saying the name of the sorority.
Yes,
it's quite literally that,
and that's why I went there.
Yeah, of course.
In the way, and we have talked about this before. It's like you are a Neve and I am a Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah,
like these are our
one
two.
Scene wonder.
And the thing that you remember the most. And so we're in the Okavango Delta, and we've been there for a couple days, and then we were part of this group, Intrepid. It's a travel group, and like as we've been going on the tour for a while, they kept saying like, okay, so there's one Tuesday where like the head CEO of the entire tour company, they're based in Australia, is gonna come out and just like kind of observe us. It's not a big deal.
Of
like
course, an Australian, not in Australia.
Yeah, well, Australians are
running
no
a
Australians
business
are ever in Australia because they're always traveling.
Australians, they don't. They spend maybe one calendar day a year in Australia.
Working.
They're one work day. They're working. They decide to take that day sick though. Usually,
exactly.
And then they vacation the other 11 and a half months out of the year.
Exactly. Yeah. And so he had just like prefaced that he was like, on this Tuesday they're gonna come and just observe us, like act normally, but like just as like a heads up, we're gonna do this like kind of like Makoro cruise on these canoes basically, and it's gonna end with like a sundowner, which is basically like having a sundowner is just like having a cocktail
so
as the
you
sun
do
goes
that once
down.
or twice. Oh, okay. That's nice. Enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Exactly. And so he wasn't feeling, the guide wasn't feeling like stressed, but just like wanted us to be aware that it was like kind of a big moment because this person only comes out like once every few years just to like make sure everything's going smoothly.
And an Australian, if they're on the clock, they're not happy.
And of course they're coming just for the sundowner moment.
Of course. Yeah.
And so
they are working.
Exactly. So we
business
get into
people first and foremost.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're doing we go on this like cruise and beforehand, which was just like around dusk is when it's like a really good time to see hippos. Mm-hmm. And as we're going, we like are getting closer and closer to the hippos. We're feeling like
they're just going.
Oh, well, that's the thing. Where the famous thing, which I didn't know until I was there, is that hippos are very dangerous. They actually kill the most humans out of like any animal.
Had no idea. Yeah. I do know they're hungry.
Yeah, they're very aggressive.
Sure.
And I didn't really know that until we're doing this cruise and we're getting closer and closer. All of a sudden, we hear this like huge scream. And we're like, what's going on? And I didn't know. I was like, wait, did that come from the hippo or did that come from? And I was like, it kind of sounded like it came from, there was one female like Makoro driver. And I was like, did that come from her? And we like, it happened so quickly. And then like Courtney and I are looking around and we're like looking to him to be like, are we safe? And he is like, yeah, we're fine. We keep getting closer to the hippos.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I hear my tour guide start like screaming as well, like, but in Afrikaans, so we like don't know what's happening, and we're like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
And then he's like, we're fine. We're literally getting closer. My sister, being so what I imagine is very Scream, is still just filming us, and I'm in front of the Makoro, so I'm actually close. And she's like, you're closer, you got to film. And I was like, no, I'm not filming. Like this is like scary. We need to like get out of the Makoro.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, all of the 11 Makoros behind us start racing, doing a complete U-turn and start going away. Our guide is still going closer to them. My sister's like, what are you doing? We needed this content.
Oh, God.
And I was like,
for my stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even for main grid.
For stories. And so I was like, this is insane. And then before we know it, he's like, okay, well, we're safe. But just to be extra cautious, he like dumps us like to the side of like we like go into a bank basically so that like we're in a little more safe and we're not in like the open water anymore.
Right, you need to make a deposit.
Exactly. And then
not all jokes fucking land, okay?
Well, honestly, I wish they deposited me onto land at that moment. And so then he's like, okay, we should start moving. So then we are like trying to like literally like forcing our way through like what isn't an actual like pathway through this like bank to because there's like a delta is very like marshland, so it's like you can kind of force your way through certain spots even though it's like half land half water.
Right, boat completely being scraped.
And meanwhile a hippo is charging us.
Going
and my sister's just being like, film it, and I'm like, what's happening? And then we're looking at other people. We know exactly where this sundowner moment is supposed to happen.
Sundowner,
and we're not going there. And then we finally like make our way through this like like not pathway that is kind of a pathway, get to the spot. We're walking towards like the Sundowner. We don't know what's going on, and all the tour guides are obviously like, it's fine, it's so fine.
Everyone's missing.
We're all like
just blood.
People are like, all of the women were like in like sandals, and then you really should have been in like high boots because it wasn't like an area to be walking. But clearly, because we thought that we were going to be like just like going
relaxing
for a Sundowner cruise moment.
Yeah.
And then we get there, we're all looking to our guides to be like, we're safe, right? And they're not really speaking to us. They keep being like, yeah. And then they're obviously talking to each other in a different language.
They start paddling away. Yeah.
And the entire time I keep looking at that one woman who's like so freaked out. And I was like, did I imagine that she screamed, or was it the hippo? I'm not sure. And then at that exact moment, obviously the intrepid CEO who was visiting is there. And so then it's just like all the guides like turn it on and like, who wants a drink? Like, let's have a drink. And we're like, are we safe? And then they're literally like telling us like, just in case, like if a hippo comes, like the best place to be is like on the other side of a log because they can't jump. So just like look for fallen logs and just like have that in the back of your mind. Anyone want a beer? Like, you're so like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then we're also supposed to be like schmoozing with this like intrepid CEO who's like, you guys having a great time.
Yeah.
That's my accent. And so we get back to camp, and then we finally like, once we're there, my sister and I go up to start asking questions. And we were like, did that woman actually scream, or was that the hippo? And they're like, no, the hippo, what you heard was a growl. They were angry. The scream was the woman. And then they said, and what happened actually was last week, someone died from a hippo. She saw it. And so that is why she screamed, because she basically was saying in her language, hell no, this isn't happening again. And that's why she was the first one to get off the boat with her people. And I was like, thank God we did not know that.
She witnessed a person getting...
Yeah.
Well, that explains why the Australian cage worked.
Yeah. And on
they had to fly in from vacation.
And let me tell you, I screamed in that moment.
Of course.
So, you know, I would actually recommend the Okavango Delta to everyone out there. What I wouldn't recommend is getting too close to a hippo. And also, certainly if it's charging you, put the camera down. Put the camera down and start running.
So many. It's like when you go back and dissect, like what went wrong. Like it just sounds like absolutely everything about that scenario was wrong. In fact, like it's like what went right.
But anyways,
wow,
Greg, how do you make Neve Campbell all about yourself?
Well, I mean, listen, this is one of my most famous stories of all time.
Okay.
You and I, where we met, we used to work at CBS.
Yes.
Not the pharmacy, the network. Get it right. I mean, sometimes people come into CBS, you know, like some big stars. I mean, we've really seen some like exciting names because we, you know, like that come through our lobby. There's basically like one floor, or there was. They've since moved. There was one floor where like basically all of programming for CBS like sat, and that was like the new development, like the current TV shows. But people would be like coming in and pitching their
all the time
series all the time, including like you've talked about how you saw J-Lo and she was wonderful, and sometimes like there would be like big names there, and we would sort of like peek around the corner.
And all the departments would work together. If we knew, like people knew I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, so like if they knew that person was coming in for a different department, we would try to give each other a heads up so you could go see them.
Exactly. And you didn't do it often, but you know, every so often you would like you kind of had to get a peek behind the curtain into the lobby. And but we used to also have to go out. So like my department, we had like 100 episodes of every show like coming in at any given moment. So I used to have to go out and get the cuts. And one day I exited through, you know, the typical door, and there's always someone on the couch. Always someone on the couch. So when you're walking out, basically you see the back of someone's head on your way to the receptionist. So I was walking out. I was feeling in a good mood. Completely barren, empty, like no activity at all that day. I exit the door. I go, someone's on the couch. There's always someone. I go, hey, talking to the receptionist. And the person on that couch turns to me, megawatt smile, happiest, most glowing face I've ever seen before in my life, Neve Campbell. She says, "Hi," thinking I was there to get her.
Did your heart stop?
My heart stopped. Everything in my body froze. I went into full fight or flight. And boy, did I fly. I ignored her ass. In response to that, I went right past her, looked away, didn't make eye contact, didn't acknowledge her, walked right past her, and went to the front desk and sort of like grabbed onto it and like steadied myself.
That's the only logical response in front of Neve Campbell.
And I'm thinking, I'm going in my head. My head is spinning a million miles a minute. I'm like, do I say something? What do I do? Do I say hi? Like, grab my cut, turn around, don't make eye contact, walked right past her again. To this day, the regret that I live with. I have also never been spoken to with such kindness and warmth from anyone in that building. And she looked,
including me. I worked there.
Especially you. The warm, by the way, also always knew this. The most beautiful woman,
of course,
I've ever seen in my life. I didn't expect her to look the way she does. She's somehow more glamorous, more perfect, like lit from within and without, and couldn't have been more nice
within and without.
For me to be just completely acted like I was too good for her. But Neve, if you're listening, it is only because every part of my body and my psyche went into functional freeze. And I couldn't deal with the fact that you were in front of me and talking to me. I live with this. I will like try to be sleeping at night and I will wake up. I'm full Sidney Prescott, haunted by my past. Like if I were to be tasked with writing.
That's the start of Scream 8.
That's it.
One day you will write that wrong. She will be on this couch.
She will be on the couch.
And we can tell her and she will giggle and laugh and just be like,
you know, she's so kind.
I'm sure that she is going to be like, great, write the next Scream movie. I can't wait.
All right, and with that, time for a break. Welcome back. And it's time for Diva Down. Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that is down, but not out. And we give them our unsolicited advice. And our Diva Down this week is
the Quad God.
I mean, listen, how the mighty have quite literally fallen. Since I last spoke, you know, I was so into the male figure skating in particular. Ilya Melanin, the Quad God, has since not only had a bad performance and fallen out of gold, he performed so poorly that he came in 8th place. He quadded too close to the sun.
And listen, I think that this is like not to kick this beautiful soul while he's down. I think this is actually like a great example of something that like isn't talked about enough. Like it's the psychological demands and pressures that are put on these Olympic athletes is insane. I mean, I remember, and I was listening to this piece talking about what happened to him, and it was saying referencing the thing that also happened to Simone Biles in Rio, I think, or Tokyo, of getting the twisties. And that, like, it's just something when you get the twisties, it's like your brain, like when you're moving and you're going in the air, it just like something psychologically happens where your brain can't tell the difference between up and down.
And
left
boy,
or
was
right.
he twisty.
And honestly, to zoom out, my advice is really, can we come up with a better name than Twisties? Because people keep saying like, cute. No, to me, I'm like, this is like what you're talking, like a game for toddlers. This is a serious thing that's happening to the best athletes in the world. And we're supposed to be like, oh, they got the Twisties. And I'm like, no, at the very least, call it by its proper name, which should be Twister.
Thank you. Or Twisters.
Yeah, Twisters.
The sequel.
Or, you can say that, wow, he just got Helen hunted. It should be something that it demands respect.
Totally. Strap on that belt. Strap it to the tube or whatever.
And in that, like, when you hear that they got Helen hunted, you're like,
yeah, that's dignified.
And you're also sort of like, that's serious?
Yeah.
That I hope that they get the help that they need.
Yes.
And when you kind of reduce to something as the twisties, I'm like, that's not giving it the proper scariness that is happening to these world-class Olympians.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
You are infantilizing these, like, gods of nature, the quad gods of nature.
And that's why I'm like, and then and for him too, it's like, just know that it's like, okay, these things happen. And if anything, you're going to come back the next time around, like what happened to Simone Biles.
Yes.
And it's like, makes for a more interesting story, a comeback. We all love a comeback.
Totally.
You're not this like,
is my comeback.
Yeah.
That's his entrance line.
He should, if he knows what's good for him.
Well, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. And it also is like, then when you come back, like, we're going to literally, like, that gold will taste so much sweeter.
Yeah.
And I also just feel like my other side note is to the New York Times, who took out a full page ad, 2 pages, in fact, of just him on the ground fallen. Very
no.
Yeah. And I was like, come on, really?
That's cruel.
We don't need to do a full 2-page photo of him on the ground fallen,
Him on one page, his legs, his torso on the other page. That is cruel. I did not see that.
Yeah, that to me, I was like, my advice for the New York Times, smaller picture.
Come on.
Yeah.
The thing is, I definitely think he was quad maxing a little bit much, and he got mugged by the Kazakhstani figure skater who surprisingly won the gold. I feel.
Wait, is Kazakhstan the? Oh no, Dagestan.
That's Dagestan.
I got confused for a second with all these words.
He's at quad maxing. We're Dagestan maxing.
Yeah. By the way, no one really saw it, but we competed on behalf of Dagestan.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We did not medal.
Yeah, sorry. It is. Yeah, sorry for saying Dagestan. It is Dagestan on this couch.
Yes, yeah.
No, yeah, we competed for Dagestan.
Yeah,
couples.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, the Kazakhstani. I listen. I support them all because it is so impressive and it's so hard. I think it probably was a bit of a relief for the other guys because that's the whole thing about Ilya, is that he has such a complicated and hard routine that like he can fall like multiple times and still outdo the others because of the difficulty of his presentation. And I think like, I mean, let someone else win for now. You will come back. You will conquer. He is a remarkably talented figure skater, and it is amazing to see what he's done.
Yeah.
I learned something cursed about him the day they were doing that final. They were talking about how both of his parents are Olympic figure skaters.
Whoa.
And that shook me to my core. And the dad was his coach and was there, and he was actually like kind of acting more upset than Ilya was after he botched his performance. So my advice is, yes, love and light to your parents. You need to emancipate yourself from them immediately. Get a new coach. And come back without the pressure of mom and dad. And don't even let them sit in the audience. I understand how the pressure got to him, but it's a little too, the family matters in that regard are a little too nerve-wracking.
I also just think that like, I'm sorry, but there's just been too many bad eggs. I think that like all Olympic coaches are bad news. Like, if someone told me that they were like an Olympic coach, I'm sort of like, something seedy is in your past.
who hurt you?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and who have you hurt as a result?
I would not trust you. Like, if I was on a date with someone and they said that they were an Olympic coach,
yeah,
I would be like, check, please.
There, darkness falls. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is nothing like, and by the way, love and light and like congratulations to all of like the champions who have placed and made it to the podium.
Oh,
that being said, for you to devote your life to train Olympic athletes, winter Olympics in particular,
I know, cold all the time.
Something's wicked
off.
this way comes.
Something's off, and you know what? I'm gonna keep my distance.
Yeah, and Diva down to you. To all the Olympics coaches. Yeah, I actually think my new advice is we need to eliminate all the coaches from the stands.
Absolutely.
They can't be there.
Nope.
No, this is about the artistry at work.
And I also just like, as a blanket statement, if they absolutely need an Olympic coach, it should be a woman. No men.
No men allowed. No men allowed.
Nope.
No men. And again, if we're allowing men to compete, still no men allowed.
yeah, exactly.
We shouldn't be televising it because I got too invested.
Yeah. And also, Ilya, no one can ever take away the fact that you are the quad god.
Yeah. Which he self-proclaimed.
Well, I guess what? I'm going to self-proclaim that. I know I said it last week, but now I'm like, you're inspiring me. I'm going to put that on my Grindr profile.
Right.
I'm going to disappoint a lot of men when they see these quads.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought you were the quad god.
I can spin 4 times. I can spin real fast 4 times.
And I'm like, well, I don't actually, gun to my head, where is the quad?
Yeah.
Somewhere on my leg.
And where is God? Also somewhere
on my leg.
In between my legs.
Yes, that's you, honey. And with that.
Yeah, follow us where if you don't on Instagram, TikTok at Missing the Pod.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we have full video episodes.
Yeah.
Please go give us a 5-star and above review. Leave a little nice note.
And we're on Cameo. If you want to call in, we will eventually
get to that.
But if you want to call in, call us with your Diva Downs.
Yeah.
You can, and also we're on Cameo.
Yeah.
And always, Cynthia,
my God,
we are hearing these reviews.
We are seeing images of you with a beard, and I don't know just how they're putting that on you so fast. But if anyone is in England, please go see Dracula and report back, and we would love to be there soon, Cynthia.
Yes. All right, we love you. See you next week.
Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zientek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zeins.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zientek on all social media. Bonk.